The Office of Emergency Preparedness, or in our case, Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness for the parish, is designed primarily to help coordinate and prepare response agencies and the public for the event of a disaster and to assist in the recovery after. An emergency plan begins when we recognize a need. We have a specific hazard that we've seen that we may experience within an area, in a community or a parish, and we sit down and start recognizing these hazards. Once we've identified the hazards, then we start taking actions and coordinating from the standpoint of resources, response, all proactive or preparatory things that need to be done to try and make sure that we have what we need during one of these events. Once the preparations are made, then we have a guideline or a book that we go by. It's known as Emergency Operation Plan. And this plan gives us a guideline for how we would go about handling an incident. It gives responders the tool they need to help handle multiple different hazards that may occur within a parish. And we have several tools. We try to use one in a kind of a stair-step fashion. The first would be a tabletop exercise. And basically what a tabletop exercise is, we get the different players involved. By players, I mean police, fire, medical, the different stakeholders or people who have interest in this incident. And we sit around a table and do basically a roundtable discussion. We may have maps of the areas. We'll give them a scenario that they must deal with, such as a chemical release, or it may be a flooding issue or whatever. And they have to kind of talk out the problems. And this helps us to look for weaknesses in the plan that we may have and some of the unique problems we may come into. During the middle of the exercise, we may add a different scenario into it. This is now taking place, where they may have to change or modify their actions. And this helps to give us an idea that they have the preparation, the tools, and the knowledge that they need to kind of conduct this operation. The second tool we have is what's called a drill. And a drill is designed to help make sure that the responders or the people acting in the emergency are proficient with specific pieces of equipment. I use the example of the extrication equipment that is used during automobile accidents, hydraulic extrication equipment. We may have a fire department get a new piece of equipment. Well, we will conduct a drill where we'll simulate a car wreck. They'll have to come out and extricate someone or a mannequin from this automobile to make sure that they know how to utilize the equipment, how to set it up, how to operate it safely and properly, and the most efficient way of getting the person out. These are called drills, and we do that during disaster planning as well. We may do a drill to make sure that they utilize certain pieces of specialized equipment. It may be an airboat, for example, that's utilized to get people out of floodwaters where, that's not something that just everybody operates. The third tool that we have is what's called a full-scale exercise. And this is what you may have seen before, where we'll simulate maybe a plane crash, a hurricane, tornadic event, or something like that. And we have all the players in here running their lights and sirens. We come in, we may have victims, actual victims who have been made up to look like they're harmed or have been injured. They will have to treat them. The hospitals will be involved. We'll bring them in and they'll simulate treatment at the hospitals. And again, we're doing that to make sure that the hospital can handle the volume of people we may have in this incident. We also will test the response. In each one of these sessions, the tabletop, the drill, and the full-scale exercise, we also will do what's called an after-action report. And this after-action report is where we gather back together again and we discuss. We will have people who are evaluating these tests to see what areas are good, what areas are bad, what changes we need to make. And by doing this, we're polishing, if you will, the response of these different agencies to make sure that we're able to provide the public with the best service that we possibly can. We could always use more help, of course, but as in any governmental agency, we're a little bit understaffed at times. But during the event of an emergency, if that emergency operations center is activated, we will increase our staffing probably tenfold. We have a lot of personnel that are volunteering the time to come in, that are being brought in from different agencies to assist in the proper operation of the center. We'll have people that specialize in each different area of an emergency, such as firefighting, law enforcement, transportation, hazardous materials, any number of different areas. And they're all coordinated and worked out of this office. We act as a coordinating agency through all these different entities to try to see that the event is handled as quickly as possible. Our guys are trained just about 365 days a year, whether it be structured classes that they have to go through, whether it be tabletop or drills that we conduct where we're testing our readiness. It's something that we constantly have to upgrade on and better ourselves on, because we can always see where there are areas that things may change. And it's really hard honestly, it's really hard to try and prepare for every kind of emergency that may occur out there. So they have to be on their toes and really do a lot of training. The types of communication that we have during a event of an emergency, of course, all the common sense, telephone, internet, satellite, but in addition to that, we also have several different radios, different frequency rates. We may have a 700 megahertz radio, which is utilized throughout the nation during the event of emergency. We have our local frequencies as well as the capability of talking with surrounding communities and other parishes for that matter. We also have the capability of utilizing satellite phone systems, microwave transmissions. There are really a lot of different methods. And in a severe sense, we can actually even use ham radio operators. They've been utilized in many disasters very effectively. So we do have multiple means in which we can get information to each other and get it out to the public.
We are able to respond. We have several hazmat guys on our team. If OEP has an incident in this area, we're able to send people to back them up. We can set up perimeters for them. We have OEP responds to a lot of our major fires. If we have a major fire, OEP will come out, namely Mark Benton, Josh Randall. They'll come out and help us set up scenes around that area, secure everything off of it. They work really good with us.
What's important about divisions like OEP and the Sheriff's Office is us knowing what each one's responsibilities are and recognizing that, and then trying to work together to meet that, to reach the goal that we want to meet together. So the OEP office has always worked well with us, and I think that it'll continue to do that.
Hurricane preparation for Livingston Parish is something we take very seriously. We're expected to coordinate resources, to coordinate the response from different agencies, work with municipalities to make sure that they have the resources, materials, and personnel necessary to perform different tasks that may be needed during the event of such a disaster. We're very active in trying to get public awareness toward disasters such as hurricanes. We want to make sure that they are well educated toward what they need to do in an emergency response plan, how they need to have an evacuation plan, resources on site such as extra flashlight batteries, weather radio, clothing, extra medication, and list of people they can contact in emergency, and more importantly, know who to contact when they need help during this emergency or immediately afterward. You know, we still haven't got that great at predicting exactly when a storm's going to hit, how severe its effects are going to be. It's the old cry wolf syndrome. You know, you warn people that it's coming. It doesn't happen quite as severely as it should have or that we predicted that it would have. They get a little bit complacent. We want to make sure that people are vigilant. We also have trouble reaching all the people. Some folks just don't want to listen. They think that they know a little bit better for their own care and safety than we do. And getting them to act when we ask them to, getting them to respond in a manner that can be done safely and orderly is sometimes very difficult. We hope to make the public better aware by using our website. The information that we're going to be giving out will be very close to real time. You will be able to update it on a very short or very ready basis. We feel that we're able to share information that the public needs to know. It may be as a result of an evacuation, or it could be locations you may need to go for supplies, or any number of reasons. We hope that we can utilize it to help keep the public better informed of what's going on in the parish. It's not the only source, of course. We can listen to radio, television, and any number of different sources we can get it, but we would like to think that our site gives the most up-to-date information that we possibly can, and it's going to be site-specific for the parish or for the incident itself. If there was any message that I'd like to leave the public with, it's that a tremendous amount of money, resources, effort, manpower have gone towards protecting the public. You know, we would like you to understand that we're doing everything that we can every day to prepare for these events as they may occur, and to make sure that you receive the support and the help, frankly, that you might need. We would just like you to understand that we're out there. We're doing what we can. We want to help in any way we can, and we're taking every action and every effort that we can to see this done.